What's up, Crim Heist? Welcome to another criminology educational video. And for today, we will be discussing the subject of fundamentals of criminal investigation and intelligence. By the way, my name is Sean Francis Andego, also known as the Professor. So before we jump into our discussion, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Professor, and hit the notification bell for you to be updated for my next video upload. So for today, we will be discussing intelligence and information, and also intelligence community. So first on our list would be the intelligence and information. So first, let us define what is information. Information in connection to intelligence is a raw data. This simply implies that the aspect of intelligence, information are just pieces or its parts. These pieces of information are useless without being analyzed and evaluated so that they can be disseminated and used by appropriate person in contrast with information. Information, it is an evaluated material of every description, including those derived from observation, reports, rumors, imagery, and other sources from which the intelligence is derived. So mind you guys that information is just a knowledge that you gained or gathered from various sources or from various methods such as from observing, from reporting, from communicating with other people, or even rumors or chismis. So, when we say information, in relation to intelligence, ito yung tinatawag natin na raw data. It means na hindi pa siya na-underwent or hindi pa siya nag-undergo ng intelligence cycle. And mind you that intelligence came from a raw data. So, an intelligence nga, it is interchangeably called as a processed information. Next would be, what are the common sources of information? Just to give you a heads up, meron tayong i-discuss na dalawa, which are the following. So, people as a source of information and records as a source of information. First would be the people as a source of information. First would be regular source, cultivated source, and the grapevine source. So, isa-isahin natin yan. First is regular source. These are information gathered through people who have come directly to the attention of the police. Commonly, the complainant, witness, or victim. So, pag sinabi nating regular source, ito yung mga witnesses or mga tao na magle-layout ng information or mag-o-offer ng information without or a little effort from the police officer. So, ibig sabihin, kusa itong lumapit or the information kusang lumapit sa kanila. While for cultivated source, these are information generally taken through the use of informant and informer. It means the police officer or the investigator exerted an effort to gather those sources through the aid of informant and informer. Third would be grapevine sources. These sources of information are gathered from those who are in the underworld or ex-convicts. So ito naman yung gumagamit sila ng mga kapwa-kriminal or yung mga ex-convicts na maaaring may alam regarding doon sa kanilang iniimbestigahan or kung kakilala nila yung taong iniimbestigahan. Next would be the record as a source of information. So, nandiyan si government source, private source, and internet source. When we say government source, these are sources from the government agencies or any from its instrumentality. So, ibig sabihin yung document na kailangan ng intelligence officer or investigator ay maaaring ma-acquire o ma-request sa mga government entities or government offices. While for private source, these sources of information are usually taken from the different private entities and business organizations, public utilities such as water or electric bills, and all other private sectors. So basta wag kayo malilito regarding government source and private source. Basta document or information that you need which ang unang issue or makukuha natin siya sa government entity, government source yan. Pagka naman galing siya sa private company or business organization, therefore, it is considered as private source. The last one would be internet source. So this modern source of information are done through searching specific detail by typing the desired key or phrase in the different search engine. So matik lang yan, pag internet source, it came from the internet. So you search it from Google or you take it from social media accounts. So ayan ang considered as internet source. Next would be legal limitations in obtaining information. Of course, investigators, kailangan yan may limitations yan para naman hindi niya matapakan yung mga constitutional rights or yung mga human rights ng mga tao. Therefore, it should be sanctioned by legal limitations. So first would be Republic Act 4200 or the Anti-Wiretapping Law. Under this law, the following acts are considered prohibited: tapping any wire or cable, using any other device or arrangement to secretly overhear, intercept, or record private communication or conversation or spoken word, or without the knowledge or consent of all the parties. So, itong anti-wiretapping, ito yung dinidiscourage yung mga police officers or yung mga investigators not to tap private communications because it will not be admissible into court. Kasi it is considered as a fruit of poisonous tree. Kumbaga nakuha ito in an illegal way, therefore it will not be accepted by court as an evidence. Second is Republic Act 10173, also known as the Data Privacy Act. And under this law, the following acts are prohibited: unauthorized processing of personal information, accessing personal information due to negligence, improper disposal of personal information and processing of personal information, unauthorized access or intentional breach, malicious disclosure, and unauthorized disclosure of any personal information of a person. Next would be scope of intelligence. Let us first define what is intelligence. As I already mentioned a while ago, intelligence is considered as a process information. Intelligence refers to collated, analyzed, and evaluated information appropriately acquired for particular purposes. It can also be defined as an information or data that has been collected, analyzed, and refined so that it is useful to policymakers in making decisions about potential threats to the safety of people and national security. As we all know, intelligence, maraming types kasi ng intelligence. It can be used as in national, departmental, military, or police intelligence depending on the end user. When we say end user, kung sino yung gagamit, kung sino yung makikinabang. So intelligence, as what I've mentioned, malawak kasi ang range nan o kanyang scope depending on its application. When we say national intelligence kasi, it is for national security and the end user would be the president. Intelligence required for the action and decision at the highest level of the government. For also known, rather concerning to national policy and national security, yan ang tinatawag natin national intelligence. As for police intelligence, it is the collection, analyzation, collating, and evaluation of information concerning criminal investigation, criminal syndicate, organized crimes, and other police problems. Ito naman yung tinatawag natin na police intelligence. And the end user would be the police officers. Third would be military intelligence. These are information regarding military activity, which the time is very essential in the preparation and execution of military plans and programs. So the end users would be the military. And lastly would be the departmental intelligence. It refers to the knowledge acquired by an agency or department of the government in order to execute its mission, charges, and responsibilities. Next would be the areas of police intelligence. For the areas of police intelligence, may tatlo yan: criminal intelligence, internal security and intelligence, and public safety intelligence. So mind you guys na importante nating tandaan, even if the abbreviation, kasi mas ginagamit yon, the Crim, INSINT, and PUSINT. For criminal intelligence, it is the product of intelligence essential to the prevention of crime and the investigation of arrest and prosecution of criminal offenders. So when it comes to criminal investigation, or anything which is regards with crime, therefore that is under the criminal intelligence o yung tinatawag natin na crimin. For internal security intelligence or INSINT, it refers to the knowledge essential in the maintenance of peace and order. So the peace and order, these are crimes against public order such as rebellion, sedition, direct assault, and any other crimes against public order. For the third one would be the public safety intelligence or PUSINT. It refers to the knowledge essential in the ensuring the protection of lives and property against terrorists, brigandage, robbery. So, pag maaapektuhan yung public safety, that is PUSINT. Next would be the typology of police intelligence. So meron tayong dalawa, the strategic intelligence and the line intelligence. So first would be strategic intelligence. Ito yung type ng intelligence that is long range. When we say strategic kasi, di ba, strategy, from the word itself, strategy, you are planning for something which is which has a long-term effect. So therefore, that type of intelligence is long range in nature. And of course, when we say long range in nature, it requires a longer period of time before it can be materialized and fully available. This intelligence data that is not of immediate value. So, lagi nating tatandaan pag strategic intelligence, long range ang kanyang nature and the data is not of immediate value or hindi siya agad magagamit. It is usually descriptive in nature, accumulation of physical description of personalities and modus operandi. It does not have immediate operational value but rather long range that may become relevant to future police operations. Basta pag strategic intelligence, long-term shot. So its value or there's no immediate value or hindi siya agad magagamit. While yung line intelligence, it is a type of intelligence that is immediate in nature. So, kumpara naman dito kay strategic si line, maaari na siyang gamitin agad-agad. And can be developed or available within a short period of time. This kind of intelligence required by the commander to provide for planning and conduct of tactical and administrative operations in counterinsurgency. This is considered knowledge of people, weather, enemy, and terrain. O ito yung tawag natin na puwet. So first is people, then weather, enemy, and terrain. For people, it includes the living condition of the people, source of income, pinagkakakitaan, kanilang educational attainment, the government, livelihood projects, and extent of enemy influence to the people. As to the weather, the visibility, cloudy temperature, precipitation or rain, or the windy of the climate. For enemy, this refers to the study of location, strength, disposition, tactical capability, and vulnerability of the enemy. As for terrain, it includes relief and drainage system, vegetation, surface material, man-made features, and some military aspects of terrain, which includes over and concealment obstacle, critical key terrain features, observation and fields of fire, and avenues of approach. Next would be the intelligence community. But before we jump into intelligence community, I just want to add dun sa scope of intelligence yung counterintelligence. So I already discussed what is strategic and line intelligence. Now let's go to counterintelligence. Si counterintelligence, it is the detection, prevention, and neutralization of any activity inimical to the harmony and best interest of the police organization. Therefore, si counterintelligence siya, kumbaga nasa loob na organization mismo. It is used primarily to prevent, neutralize, negate, or destroy his attempt to discredit the police organization. Now, let's jump into intelligence community. As for the intelligence community, it refers to the agencies or organizations of the government which have intelligence interests and responsibility and are more coordinated by the NICA in their intelligence activities. So, yung NICA, ito yung National Intelligence Coordinating Agency primarily here in the Philippines. So for intelligence gathering, an analysis arm of the Philippine government in charge of carrying out overt, covert, and clandestine intelligence program. The NICA cooperates with friendly countries and other government intelligence agencies in and out of the country by posting agents as a liaison officer. The agency is led by a Director General and is assisted by the Deputy Director General. The former reports directly to the President. The NICA has a National Intelligence Board that serves as an advisory board to the Director General before he will submit his findings to the President relating to national security matters affecting the Philippines. The following are the part of the intelligence community. Nandiyan si PNP or the Philippine National Police. So, nandiyan yung Directorate for Intelligence, Staff Officer for Intelligence, Regional Intelligence Unit, and Police District Intelligence Division. Nandiyan din si Armed Forces of the Philippines. Nandiyan yung GHQ, ISAF, Operation Arm, and MIG operatives per region. Nandiyan din yung Philippine Army Intelligence, the Intel and Security Group, Operating Units, Military Intelligence Companies, Infantry Division, Naval Intelligence, Philippine Marines Intelligence, Philippine Coast Guard, and Philippine Fleet Air Force Intelligence. Next is the National Bureau of Investigation. So, in the International Intelligence Organization, nandiyan si CIA. So, si CIA, international na ito. It is a civilian foreign intelligence service of the federal government of the United States, tasked with gathering, processing, and analyzing national security information from around the world, primarily through the use of human intelligence or HUMIN. The CIA was created under the U.S. National Security Act of 1947. In January 1946, the late President Truman established the CIA or the Central Intelligence Group, the interim measure that paved way for the CIA. The agency is now under the National Security Council. Next is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It performs counterintelligence activities within the United States. It was first established in 1908 as an investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Justice. It became what is known as the FBI under its first director, Edgar John Hoover, in 1924. On September 6, 1939, through a presidential directive, the agency was tasked for domestic intelligence. Next is the National Security Agency. It is responsible for collecting signals, intelligence from all over the world, and for overseeing the integrity of American secret communication. So, yung tatlong binanggit ko, CIA, NSA, and FBI, these are from United States of America. Next is Defense Intelligence Agency. So, sa Amerika pa rin ito. It provides military agency to the Department of Defense. Next would be the Israel, considered as the most reliant on accurate intelligence. So, ang tawag sa kanila is yung Central Institute for Intel and Security, or Mossad, short for Hamossad, Lemodin, Ulet, Tafkirim, Meyuhadim. So, it conducts external espionage and also performs covert operations abroad. While for General Security Services, or ito yung Shin Bet, it is responsible for counterintelligence and internal security. And the Intelligence Corps of the Defense Forces, o yung tinatawag nilang AMAN, the largest which focuses on military intelligence. So, yan yon, the Mossad. Next would be the Great Britain boasts an intelligence tradition dating from Queen Elizabeth I. So, yan yung MI5 and MI6. For MI5, it is equivalent to the US FBI. It is responsible for counterintelligence, assessing all threats to the national security, and it is known today as the Security Service. As for the MI6, aka the Secret Intelligence Service, is analogous to CIA. So, ang kapantay naman niya ay si CIA. It ran the famous Ultra program during the World War II in which coded German messages, encrypted by Germans' Enigma machines, were intercepted, broken, and translated, thereby aiding the Allies on their battlefield. Si MI6, responsible siya for internal naman. For the security of espionage and intelligence gathering abroad. So, external siya. known today as Secret Intelligence Service. Si MI5 kasi is domestic intelligence, so inner. So internal. Si MI6 is foreign intelligence. Next is the former Soviet Union, USSR, Committee Board for State Security, also known as the KGB or the Komitat Gosudarstvenoi Bezopasnoti. So it is double the secret police force controlling the populace within the country and outside the USSR, conducting espionage, spreading disinformation, and attempting to destabilize foreign governments. So yung KGB is an intelligence agency responsible for both domestic and foreign intelligence. So thank you very much. I do hope that you learned a lot regarding the definition or the concept of information and intelligence, going into the scope of intelligence and what are the intelligence or what are the community or groups considered under the intelligence community. So if you have question, please don't hesitate to comment it on the section or put it in the comment box. If you love this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the professor and hit the notification bell for you to be updated for my next video upload. Thank you very much.